Vancouver, it was a great night, a victory for everyone except the Vancouver Canucks. In their home opener, the Canucks gave people a mile marker in the battle to triumph over the global pandemic, filling Rogers Arena with screaming fans for the first time since COVID-19 began to batter the world 19 months ago. The crowd of 18,870 was a reflection of that ongoing recovery, another glimmer of hope that perhaps the worst is behind us. As Vancouver coach Travis Green said after Tuesday's morning skate, there's been a lot of change since the last time the fans have been in the building. The fans have missed a lot, really tonight, never mind the game and that part, it's having the fans back and playing in Canada. It's so important, I think, just welcoming them back. You can't describe what it's like to play or to coach in a Canadian market, in a Vancouver market, that is so passionate. As much as some days we joke or we're a little snarly in this interview room, you never take it for granted. It's amazing to play and to coach in Canada. The Canucks welcomed fans back with a slick and stirring pre-game video, featuring Elias Pettersson as a Jedi. But the force in the crowd never quite transferred to the Canucks, who chased the game from the start and lost 3-2 to the fast and impressive Minnesota Wild. Vancouver fell behind less than 8 minutes into the game and never caught up. They couldn't catch the Wild on the scoreboard or on the ice as Minnesota was just quicker, sharper, more physical, more relentless. Canuck legs were moving, but the players weren't getting there fast enough, whether it was the emotions of playing in front of a crowd capped only by seating capacity for the first time since March 10, 2020, or the consequences of opening the season with a 6-game road odyssey. The Canucks struggled to match the energy in the building. That was probably one of the harder teams that we've played so far, Vancouver captain Bo Horvat said. Just their back pressure and their recovery game, and they're kind of all over you, all on top of you all the time. It's tough to make plays 5-on-5 out there. That's kind of what we want our identity to be, hard to play against, really sound defensively and giving teams no time and space. That's exactly kind of been the team's identity for a long time now. We know what it's going to be like every single night when we play them, and we have to have that identity for our team where we know when teams are coming into Rogers Arena, it's going to be a tough night. I think we still have to find that a little bit. Horvat noted that turnovers, rookie Jack Rathbone's giveaway in his own zone led directly to Jonas Brodin's unassisted second-period goal, hurt the Canucks. But so too did the ongoing struggle of their top forwards, especially Pettersson. After conceding on Sportsnet's 650 radio in the morning that he spent too much time before last season focusing on building his brand on social media due to quarantine requirements, the 22-year-old never went home to Sweden that offseason and was separated from his family for nearly a year. There was nothing wrong with Pettersson's focus against the Wild. But nearly everything else was off. The puck continued to bounce away from him, he missed passes and was often outmuscled. After missing all of training camp and most of the preseason due to a contract impasse, Pettersson has one even strength point in 7 games. He made a nice pass on the power play to set up Alex Chiasson's goal that cut a 2-0 deficit in half at 10:46 of the second period, but finished with just 2 shots on net. During his 17-14 of even strength play, the Canucks were outshot 6-1. First-line winger Brock Besser, whose start to the regular season was delayed by injury, has one even strength point in 4 games. And on Tuesday, Catalyst forward JT Miller went shotless for a second straight game for the first time in 2 years. Top defenseman Quinn Hughes also failed to register a shot, missing the target twice in the final minute after Horvat's brave goal, scoring on a backhand while crashing into the net on a partial breakaway, lifted the Canucks within 1 with 4:07 to play. At even strength, the Canucks were outshot 13-8 when Hughes was on the ice. The difference in Tuesday's game, compared to some of the recent road games, is that buzzsaw forwards Connor Garland and Nils Hoglander were unable to fill the void at the top of the lineup and pull the Canucks with them. Vancouver was outshot 30-24 and managed to test Minnesota goalie Cam Talbot only 5 times in the third period. Now 3-3, 1-7 games. Despite the lack of impact from a couple of their best forwards, the Canucks have 6 more games on this homestand, and more refining to do to their system's play. It was just really refreshing to see everybody in the building, Corbett said. It was a really exciting night. It was awesome to see. When we gave them something to cheer about, they were cheering loud. Unfortunately, we couldn't get them the win tonight, which they deserved. Notes: Canuck defenseman Tucker Pullman left the game in the second period due to an undisclosed injury. Just hours earlier, General Manager Jim Benning issued a statement that defenseman Travis Hamonic, absent since training camp while on a personal leave, would be joining the Canucks minor league team in nearby Abbotsford. Pullman has been playing elevated minutes on the right side of Vancouver defense due to Hamonic's absence.